Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back at one of my favorite filming spot locations because guess what? We have that one car that's still being produced today that defines the word timeless. And it's this vehicle right here. This is your 2024 updated Lexus LC500. And guess what? This is part of their Bespoke Edition LC500s. But before we get into this sleek, classy drop top, let's talk about what's going on here. So, like I said, timeless. It's interesting because there's a lot of modern design taking place in the auto industry, which I don't think in 5, 10, 15, 20 years, it's gonna look so good. It's gonna make people say, what the hell were they thinking when they made that car? The LC500 is the total opposite of that. Believe it or not, this car has been in existence since 2018. It was available just as a coupe. Then a couple years later, they introduced the convertible, and still both available today. Now, one of the sore spots of any Lexus vehicle coming into the current model year has been those pesky Lexus track pads. Probably one of the most cumbersome pieces of technology to use while you're driving. Well, guess what? It's finally the LC500's turn to drop the pad and get a full touchscreen. But that's just part of the specialness of this vehicle. Being a Bespoke Edition, it comes with a lot of signature style choices that you could spec out to make your LC500 unique just to you. So what I want to find out is, if you're looking for the best Grand Touring drop top and you want something extra special, do you go LC500? Or do you just say, the hell with it, I'm gonna be like almost everybody else and go get a C8 convertible, Stingray convertible? Let's go ahead, let's drive in our LC500 and find out. Right off the bat, this car, even though it was introduced as a coupe, the body lines are made to be topless. And I'm all about topless when it comes to an LC500. Coupe though, looks just as good. At the front of the business, you'll notice a huge amount of sparkle. That's because we have this color called Caviar. It's not called black Caviar, it's just called Caviar. It's got more metal flake in it than your grandpa's balls. His bowling balls can't even touch the amount of metal flake in this paint job. And what's great about it, besides the flake, depending on how much sunlight there is and what angle you're looking at, it either looks pure black, it looks like a gunmetal metallic gray, or even some green, some dark green to it. Very fabulous color. Now, as we drop it down to ground level, we'll see our signature triple LED beam headlights. Love the way each one is kind of nestled in their own aluminum style finish housing within the headlight housing. And then the LC500 still has the separate Lexus daytime running lamp. And I'm actually glad that they didn't change this, because look at how the body intersects with the lighting. That signature lighting looks really good and actually flows right through the housing into the interior. You're gonna, of course, have your turn signals in this nice waterfall effect, super thin, and functional corner air curtains. Everything else is smooth touch, no like major fake vents, just a little bit of gloss black and some flat black, and that's all you need. Now, as we come across that wide, low slung nose, it's that beautiful spindle grille design. Love all the different accents, the metallic, gunmetal metallic gray. You got a forward facing camera, that Lexus badge with so much history going back to 1989, and the dark chrome finish. Instead of having shiny chrome, this dark chrome on this Bespoke Edition, looking fantastic. They actually blend the splitter into the front fascia. And I know the spindle body, the spindle grille design isn't everybody's favorite, but like I said, when it comes to timeless, it just still looks so damn good. And I feel 10 years from now, it's still gonna look so damn good. Now, as we rise up, you got that long slung nose. Underneath it, we still have V8 power. Once upon a time, remember Corvettes, it was all about front engine, rear wheel drive. That's not the case anymore. LC500's all about front engine V8, rear wheel drive, super clean on the body lines, nothing too origami in the folds. And then as we come around the bend, we got new wheels. Standard 21-inch wheels. Love the multi-spoke design all the way around. A little bit of polished aluminum, a little bit of gunmetal, metallic gray, and look at those 6-piston Brembo calipers with the Lexus branding on it. Our 2-piece rotors, and of course we have adaptive suspension all 4 corners. Up front, tires are 245 on the width, 40 series sidewall. And let me know what you think about the new style. I'm liking this hand polished with the machined aluminum and the gunmetal metallic gray. Really is elegant, classy, and sporty all at the same time. Really digging these wheels. Let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. You got the adaptive, the dampers, all 4 corners, and those 6-piston Brembos are gonna stop this thing as fast as a husky sheds hair. So just so you know. Going down the side, no badging, no lighting, none of that garbage. You just got a nice indentation, a triangular indentation that creates the body line and the flow down the side of the vehicle. Drop top on this LC500, like I said, it just fits it like peanut butter and jelly, man. Why would you not put anything but peanut butter and jelly on your sandwich? This is peanut butter and jelly in car form. You got that side skirt extension that drops down and then tapers as you come into this rear functional vent. So we have functional venting, flush mounted on the door handles. This is how you open up the door. You do it that way. And I love all the dark trim, no shiny stuff. You get a beautiful tonneau cover. Covers up the soft top tonneau cover. If you're wondering what the hell is that screen, that's to clean up the air so you're not getting a bunch of buffeting. Even the Lexus, the embossed Lexus logo in the headrest, the back of the headrest, just show the attention to detail. And I know C8 Corvettes, especially the Stingray convertible, is getting more and more detail. This thing is just built like the Egyptians actually assembled it. After they were done building the pyramids, they built this LC500. I hope you like Coca-Cola, or at least a Coke bottle, because this has a sexy Coke bottle shape. Skinny up front, nice and fat in the rear. Look at that body line as it freaking slides out and then glides back in to our rear taillights. Always have admired the LED lighting on these taillights. These are your turn signals down below that curve down. And then when we get to the back of the vehicle, it's real simple. LC500, that's all it's got to be. Love the dual outlet exhaust with the polished decorative trim. Even the way they did the lower bumper area just has a nice cohesive balanced design of different elements. So it's not just caviar, it's not just black. But why don't we go ahead, it's that time. Let's pop the hood and check out the heart of this LC500. All right guys, like I said, with that long slung nose, that long hood, underneath it is that naturally aspirated 5-liter V8. Tasteful engine cover, but I am gonna zonk it. I would like to see the intake plenum like you could see on an IS500, because it's the same engine with those 8 individual runners, but this cover is decent. I mean, it's got a nice look to it, and of course the Lexus badge. But what do we got going on here? You have 5 liters of V8 goodness, 471 horsepower, 398 pound-feet of torque. It's made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission, 0 to 60 in about 4.3 seconds. Quarter mile goes by at 12.7 seconds at 115 miles an hour. Top speed is 168 miles per hour. She's heavy, 4,476 pounds. MPGs, 15 in the city, 25 on the highway. Like I said, it's rear-wheel drive and it has a limited slip diff. Plus, I love the bracing that they have in the front and in the rear to tie in the whole engine compartment. So that's really nice how they have that. But why don't we go ahead? This is gonna shock you. You may think that this has a soft rumble to it. Let's fire it up and let this LC500 be heard. All right, guys, we are inside this 2024 bespoke built Lexus LC500. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I've always wanted one of these LC500s. It's crazy how you don't see too many of them. And you're right. It is a very timeless design. Plus, you got V8 power. How much is this? Well, this being a bespoke edition build basically means that you get to pick out the interior colors, the exterior color, the color of the top, the wheels, all the odds and ends. This one has an MSRP of $114,000. Let's see what you get for the money. To the door panels, some of the best in the business. Full leather material, smooth touch with the perforated in the center. Look at all the silver trim. It just has a nice Art Deco style to it with the door handle. The actual handle to close the door has the leather stitching, the aluminum finish, and then the door pocket is a split setup. So you could actually get a cold cut trio from Subway and a 6-inch meatball sub, extra parm, of course. Now going from the door panel to the dash, the stitching is on needle point, that leather everywhere, AC vents not only built in right in front of the passenger, but also up top as well. One of the best buttons to open up the glove box. Look at that felt lining. You could put your bedazzled gloves in there, or maybe you have one of Michael Jackson's old gloves. You could put in here and it's not gonna get all scratched. Nice. Slide on in, all new infotainment system. That's a 12.3-inch with the new Lexus multimedia software, all touchscreen. No more trackpad. You can get into your climate control if you want. You can go set up the different driver profiles. So if you're gonna let somebody borrow, you're crazy enough to let somebody borrow your LC500, you can let them do that. We got the camera 360 scan. Love the clarity, the resolution on this thing is absolutely nuts. And this is perfect for when you're parking your LC500 in a tight situation. You don't want to scratch any of that beautiful bodywork. That's for sure. Let me throw it into reverse. Backup camera resolution has been improved so much. You got trajectory, you got your 360, and look, we're right back where we started, and then I could go back to rocking out to 80s on 8, of course. Working our way down, the silver trim is nice. Great work on the dual climate control, your start-stop button, the stitching. Gone is the CD player, so you're gonna have to sell your CDs on eBay. Sorry if you ordered a bunch. I'm gonna point this out for Lori, let her show you that Lexus LC Bespoke build plaque riveted to the leather. Open this little guy, you got a cup holder. If you're gonna be drinking in my Lexus LC500, you're actually gonna be walking. So I don't need a cup holder. This is beautiful, the oh crap handle. I've never seen one look so good for the passenger. And we have, of course, our cargo net for your 2 luxury Twinkies and a bottle of Grey Poupon. Some people, that's the new thing, I guess, on the interwebs, are people are putting Grey Poupon on Twinkies and eating it. I don't know what the hell's going on in the world, but it's definitely some crazy stuff. Look at how this is all different. They got rid of the trackpad. We still have the best volume knob in all of the automotive industry, made out of metal. Love the tuning and all the other controls. We do have heated seats and ventilated seats. So if you look back on the screen, 3 stages of heated seats, 3 stages of ventilated seats, and that's how you access. You hit the button and then you can touch the screen just like that, and that's gonna set it up, your 3 stages. Ooh, that feels good right about now. Coming back, you got a nice little palm rest. This is gonna control your 10-speed automatic, and then watch this. Little tiny cubby, this is where I got the key fob, your Lexus key fob, looking good. Nice finishes on it. I would fill this up with some Jolly Ranchers. Watermelon, maybe some apple, some cinnamon, sour apple. Open that up. This is the controls for our convertible top. And I like the way the switch gear is very beefy. If you look at some of the competition, like from Aston Martin, they're like little toothpicks. This is very beefy. It's going to last a very, very long time. And then this does open up, but it only opens up for me. There's felt lining in it, a USB-C, a USB-A, and a 12-volt. And you could put about 5 of your Rolexes in there. Seats, the leather. Look at all the detailed stitching. It's absolutely beautiful. Comfortable bolstering, full electric assist for the passenger, full electric assist for the driver, and then we're gonna show you the rear seat, which obviously a C8 Corvette does not have. It is electric, so it slides out of the way. Wonderful leather material, nice and soft. This is really meant for just a short ride. You're not gonna wanna sit there for a very long time. And what's great is when you put the seat back, it automatically goes into position. That's a nice touch. But you're not, if you're taller than 3 feet, you're not gonna wanna sit back there. I promise you that. Plus, for 5 extra horsepower, where is it? We do have, of course, the tan seat belts. But why don't you come over here at the business end? I wanna show you behind our tan steering wheel in our LC500. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. You do have 3 memory seat settings for the driver's seat. Love the carbon fiber with the Lexus name on the sill plate. Absolutely gorgeous. A pedal box right out of a Lexus RC race car. Nice aluminum dead pedal, brake pedal, throttle. We have our custom carpet with the Lexus LC embroidery. The nice silver touches. It's all the fine details on the seat controls, even leather around the seat controls. I'm 6 feet tall, and even with the convertible top up, plenty of headroom in here, and then the steering wheel. Normally, I'm not a big tan interior kind of guy, but it works on this thing. Steering wheel, fantastic. The perforated leather, the smooth leather, the stitching on the leather horn button, flat gray on all the switch gear, metal paddles, surfboard style behind the steering wheel for the 10-speed automatic. It is electric, tilting and telescoping. And then, of course, you got that beautiful digital gauge cluster, which when you go through your different modes, changes color. And watch this, it actually slides. That to me is worth the price of admission all by itself. And then, of course, you're surrounded by the leather and the Alcantara up top. But why don't we go ahead, let me show you the trunk. There is one. And then we're gonna go drop the top and go on throttle in this LC500. All right, guys, trunk space, this is where it's gonna unfortunately lose out to most of the other cars available in this price point. You're looking at around 4 cubic feet of space. It's decent. You'll be able to get a full-size carry-on and a duffel bag. The thing that I like is that the space doesn't change whether the top's up or the top down. Don't have a spare. You have an electric air compressor. This is the condom for the air screen. And then on the passenger side, of course, we have to have our Lexus first aid kit strapped down for action. That actually has little LC500 Band-Aids. They got an image of the LC500 on the Band-Aid in case you cut your finger on some paper while you're counting your money or something. But why don't we go ahead? If you're ready, I'm definitely ready. I know this LC500 is ready. Let's go for a little on-throttle spin and see what it sounds like. All right, guys, we are inside this Lexus LC500 convertible. I wanted to start with the top up because one thing I have been very impressed about is just how good this cloth convertible top is. You would think, obviously, when you go convertible, most cars are going to produce a lot of wind noise because there's less insulation, it's cloth, so on and so forth, more bends, more seams, more seals. This car has actually surprised the hell out of me with how quiet it is with the top up. But I have it in Sport Plus mode, and I'm gonna use these giant surfboard paddles, metal paddles on the back of the wheel to go up and down the 10-speed automatic. But if you're ready, I'm ready. We got V8 power, baby. Here we go. On throttle, yeah! All the way out to 7,500. Look at this. Holds the line so well. And of course the sound of the V8. I mean, that really is the price of admission on this thing. Is the V8 is just glorious. It's so linear. The torque delivery is amazing. And you know what? Yes. C8 Corvette has more horsepower, hands down. Not a lot more horsepower than this car, but it's just about the personality. Sitting low and that long hood, and it's just very, very unique. It really is a very unique system in this vehicle. And then you're wrapped in this luxurious interior. They updated the infotainment system, so you can't complain about that anymore. And as you can tell, like I said, with the top up, it's almost as quiet as the coupe in here when it comes to wind noise and road noise. But I love the paddles. The 10-speed actually does a heck of a job through the upshifts and the downshifts. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and drop the top, because we have that convertible, so we can hear that V8 sound. You got to slow down to about 31 miles an hour, and then operation will begin. But very seamless on the convertible top going down. The tonneau cover looks fantastic. I'm gonna go ahead and put up the side glass just so you can hear me a little bit better. But even with the side glass down, it still sounds amazing. First gear, are you ready? On throttle, here we go, look at that torque. Nice. On the brakes, those massive Brembos, look at this. It's crazy how quick this car turns in. It's got really intuitive steering to where you think it and the car's already moving. And that, to me, even though this is a grand touring car, having that type of steering really shows the sports car that lies beneath all this sexy sheet metal. The V8 sound, I could hear that all day long. And because of the longer wheelbase, it's actually quite stable, especially in these longer turns. Watch. On throttle, here we go. Look at that. All the way around. Love the clap. It's like you're getting this freaking clap from the exhaust, whether you upshift or downshift. Here we go again. On throttle. Yeah. And you'll notice that you're not getting any buffeting inside the cabin with the top down. It's crazy how the air's just going up and over my head. I can feel it just a little bit on the top of my hat, but it really provides a nice environment to hold a conversation while you are going on throttle. On throttle. Twisty bits. On those brakes. Oh yeah. Look at this. Nice. With the adaptive suspension, it corners so flat. And remember, this car is not light by any means. Not light at all. But really, what new modern car is light anyways? I mean, the C8 Corvette isn't a lightweight, that's for sure. But it just dances so well. And of course, the sound of the V8. The freaking downshifts. And the 10-speed shifts very, very smoothly. The only thing I don't like is that it's a little restrictive, where there's been some times where I want to drop an extra gear and the car's not letting me do it. I gotta wait for the revs to drop, and that's where it shows more that GT Grand Touring driving experience. But the V8 rumble is so smooth. These cars are bulletproof. And the design is so timeless. It really is. It still looks brand new and fresh. The tack is sexy. The way it changes colors. Here we go. On throttle. Brakes feel so good. That sound. so smooth. It just puts a smile on your face. It's such a great car because it's so versatile. You daily drive it. It's as comfortable as can be. It's got all the Lexus safety features. You got the updated infotainment system. They got rid of the trackpad. This is a bespoke build, so you're getting so many fine touches in here. I mean, I personally wouldn't go with the tan interior, but it does look damn good with the Caviar color. That's for sure. But it is just a really, really smooth, fun driving car. You can't say that this car is boring because it definitely is not. Now, is it as aggressive as the C8 Stingray? No. Does it handle as good as the C8 Stingray? No. But you really got to be on a racetrack to feel those differences. This is one of those cars, like, if you want something different, you want something that's gonna hold its value, that's bulletproof, and still looks so good, it's like, why not? On throttle. And it'll handle, I'm telling you, look at this. Yes. Look at this. And you'll notice I'm not white knuckling it. I'm not holding my breath. I'm not, it's like you just become one with the car. You're wrapped in this beautiful silky leather interior. You got the top down so you get to enjoy that V8 rumble, be part with the environment. And these V8s aren't gonna last forever, man. If they do come out with a redesign of this car, which who knows if they'll even will. They may just kill it off. I think they're just gonna kill it off. I mean, that's my take, because if they have a new car coming to replace the RCF, why would they need this car? They could turn that into a convertible. It sounds like an IMSA WeatherTech GTD Lexus race car. It really does. Watch that series with the RCFs. Same engine. Man, it's a cool car. It really is. I love these. Well, we're gonna go ahead. We gotta get back to where it all started, of course. I could drive around this all day long, which I have. But we got to get back and wrap it up because we got more cars to review. So I'm hoping you enjoyed this LC500. I'll see you in a split second. Guys, it's been another rip-roaring kind of day here on Rady's Rides. Definitely want to thank the whole Lexus team getting us access to this Bespoke Edition LC500 convertible. Let me know down in the comment section. Do you think that this is the most timeless, modern design sports car, GT car? And would you get it over a C8 Corvette Stingray? Let me know down in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, then you're being part of the Rady's Rides family. Got to give it up to LG Rady. Lori working that camera like the champion she is. Show us some love in the comment section. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.